A plane carrying a college football team had an accident in the Himalayas. Only 3 energy bars are available for consumption by the remaining survivors, who can be identified as Sarah, Peyton, Raven, Ashley, Dennis, Kira, Rice, Andrew, and Garcia. Garcia and Andrew follow a trail of blood to a cave, which they later determine to be the Yeti's hiding place. Garcia manages to get away, but the Yeti ends up killing Andrew. Peyton pays no attention to Sarah when she points out that one of the dead bodies is being removed shortly after the event. In order to find the downed aircraft, a search and rescue team led by Fury and Shepard has been dispatched. Raven makes a suggestion at the camp that the survivors eat the dead bodies, and the majority of the survivors, with the exception of a handful, agree with him. Because the person in charge was among those who had a different opinion, the group as a whole came to the conclusion that they should not consume the dead bodies. In the snow, the search and rescue team discovers many big tracks. At the camp, the 2 survivors who were tasked with finding food return without any, prompting Raven to begin dismembering one of the bodies in order to prepare it for consumption. Kira's brother, whom she cherished deeply and was extremely close to, happens to be the person whose body he is going to dismember and cut up. She is successful in stopping him, and the survivors discover that another body has vanished, leading them to suspect that Raven may have hidden and eaten it. If a rescue team does not arrive the following day, the survivors have decided that they will consume one of the dead as a last resort. After a day has passed, the people who are still alive decide to consume one of the dead bodies. Kira, on the other hand, is unable to stomach the idea of devouring one of the bodies, so she runs back into the realm. Later on that evening, she sets fire to all of the bodies, rendering them inedible in the process. Raven, in a fit of wrath, accuses her of possibly killing them all and tries to rally everyone against her. However, the others defend her and insist that she did the right thing, and they decide to try and climb down the mountains the next morning. Raven is upset over both of these accusations. Garcia makes his way back to the camp, but a frightened Raven is waiting for him there and shoots him in the face with a flare pistol. In its search for something to eat, the Yeti ambushes the survivors and kills Ashley and Dennis. They fire shots at the Yeti with the flare gun that is left, but it manages to get away with Sarah. As the rescue crew was arriving, they made the decision to attempt to get her. Sarah is startled awake close to 2 Yetis that were sleeping. Sarah is the one who discovers the punji sticks after the team excavates a hole at one of the cave's entrances and fills it with punji sticks. On the other hand, the Yetis come and begin to pursue. The party is successful in escaping the cave, but the Yetis are the ones to end up getting themselves caught in the net. The avalanche that follows blocks off the entrance to the cave and kills one of the Yetis. Following their final farewells to those who have passed away, the survivors embark for a short stroll before establishing their camp. One of the Yetis crawls out from behind the avalanche and, although suffering severe injuries, continues to pursue the survivors. The hike back to safety for the surviving begins early the following morning. While Raven was taking a break to urinate and eat some chocolate that he had hidden, the Yeti materialized in front of him. Raven is the only one of the survivors to be caught by the Yeti, and it rips off one of his ears. Fury makes a futile effort to save him but ends up shooting and killing him by accident. As the squad hurries away, the Yeti kills her and Shepard in a matter of moments. Peyton gives the Yeti a good tackling, and the 2 of them slide off a cliff together. Nevertheless, despite Peyton's best efforts, the Yeti manages to hang on to one of Peyton's legs. Peyton is saved by the rest of the squad when they stab the Yeti, which causes it to fall to its death. Shortly after this, a neighboring helicopter locates the 4 survivors and comes to their aid. Garcia wakes up all by himself in the snow. However, a Yeti arm can be seen punching through the snow, and it is unclear what will happen to Garcia in the end.